Alright folks, we've got a 3v3 now with Skippy, Neo, and CoreDawg versus STM, pcap, and Pancake at Red Rocks. Skippy will be playing the, I believe I saw the Infantry General, and this will be from his perspective. I don't have the replay for this game. So yep, we had Infantry General, so he's selecting his General's powers now for Nuke Cannon, Inferno Cannon, and his upgraded Elite, Automatic Elite Minigunners. I have recently learned the terminology for 1 chevron is a veteran, 2 chevrons is elite, and 3 chevrons is heroic, and I will be using that terminology in the future. So we've got Skippy in the bottom left corner of the map with Neo and CoreDawg as his allies, and starting to set up his resource collection there. And now he's gotten his radar up and starting to build a barracks close to the border. Neo looks like he is he's gotten a drone up there for being able to see the center of the map, as has and pcap has also sorry, I misclassified CoreDawg as being Skippy's ally. It is pcap, Neo, and Skippy, not CoreDawg and Neo and Skippy. So pcap also moving up towards the center.
We have big plans. Let's take a look.
Now it looks like Pancake already starting to build defenses, and he is a Toxin General, and so his Toxin Tunnel went immediately after that Dozer, and should be able to take it out pretty fast. Those Toxin Tunnels are pretty effective against armor. Skippy increasing the number of supply trucks. And the Infantry General automatically gets mines, so he's got mines around his bunker right there. Now he's starting to move up more forward, again towards the border. Looks like Pancake is pretty well established himself in the far left side of the central no man's land, but he's moving more towards Skippy's right-hand border.
Looks promising. Nice location.
And Skippy's starting to build more borders, but he's going to lose a Dozer now to some tank hunters. And he was able to put in... Oh. He's able to put some men inside of his bunker, though. And should be able to temporarily hold off that next wave from Pancake. But Skippy now with $200 and with a few defenses, and starting to get pounded by tank hunters, and starting to bring up some more defenses. And that bunker is starting to look pretty hurting. The tank hunters are outdistancing the range of the minigunners, and so they're just able to get that destroyed with impunity. Neo is coming now to help out Skippy.
Construction built to spec. We have big plans.
If there had been a
China will grow larger.
Gatling cannon there at the location, or if he had ejected one of his minigunners, he would have been able to take out those missile defenders without much, or those tank hunters without much difficulty. But it looks like he wasn't able to see it. Now he's got to deal with Toxin troopers that'll take out infantry really fast. Now in the patch 1.06, the toxins have been reduced in effectiveness from what they were at the start of the game before the patches. It used to be that as soon as you got hit with toxins, you were just gone instantaneously, and I think it's been reduced now to like 40 or 60% of what it used to do. And so you've got a chance to still do something with your infantry before it immediately kills them. Neo helping to build some defenses, broadening out and growing his line along the center of the map. Skippy's got $1,100, building up some resources, and got that yellow power bar indicator, so he's gonna get himself a little bit more power now. And hard to tell what that worker's building on. It might be a demo trap, or it might be a tunnel. Nope, look, yeah, it is a tunnel, which is smart. And now here comes the minigunners being able to take out those that workers before he's able to finish the tunnel, and with the deadly results that would occur. Doesn't look like anybody's captured any oil derricks on the south side of the map yet. Both Skippy, Neo, and pcap have got potential oil derricks that they could capture, but none of them are colored right now. So that upgrade costing 1,000. As soon as you buy it, you can send a person, go upgrade or capture the oil derricks, and it pays for itself. And then it just keeps on pumping money until it gets destroyed. So usually worth it to get that upgrade and capture some oil derricks that are nearby you. Now on the bottom of the map, Red Rocks also has a number of supply depots, and it looks like Neo and pcap have started to take those over with their supply centers as well. So they're starting to build up a good amount of resources. Skippy, though, still operating off of one supply source, so he'll be a little bit more hampered than the other two. Now we've got some artillery from... can't see the color right now, but he's control clicking. Oh, there he is. So we got STM coming in with an Inferno Cannon, a single one, and trying to block off the center of that dirt bridge. And he was able to get off a shot into the center of those minigunners, while the minigunners are trying to take out the workers and prevent them from building. Nope, there he goes. He was able to finish the tunnel, and now those infantry are going to be whittled down to a small portion of what they were before, while the Inferno Cannon was able to back up and is now able to send plenty of projectiles at them with impunity.
We will live in prosperity. Looks promising. We'll tear through their armor. We'll tear through their armor. That's a good start. We have big plans. We'll tear through their armor.
pcap on the right hand side looks like he's starting to push forward a little bit further. He's able to make some progress on his defenses against CoreDawg. Neo kind of helping on both sides between him and Skippy, and building those defenses on both. And Skippy broadening out his base and having some variety in where he's placing his power plants.
We have big plans.
And getting going with his war factory. He'd had exactly enough money in order to be able to purchase it. So he's back down to 0, but he should be able to start pumping out some more armor now and dealing a little bit better with some of the defenses that Pancake, as the Toxin General, is able to spew out.
Construction is complete. China has been generous.
But being the infantry general, his main advantages should be the minigunners, some of the troop crawlers, and the Black Lotus. He doesn't have as much armor, no Battlemaster tanks, but he does have radar bands and flame tanks and a few others. But he does not have access to the Gatling tanks, as his minigunners are pretty effective as with that kind of weaponry, especially against air.
Construction is complete. We have big
Waiting for some more money to flow in order to get himself some minigunners. And he also got himself that supply center, so he can get secondary supplies now from the bottom of the map. Looks like a pretty good force on the left-hand side for him. so long as not too many toxin tanks rolls on through for going against all those minigunners. Another big Achilles heel for the infantry general is pathfinders on the US side. So if a number of pathfinders are able to make their way through, those snipers can just pick the infantry guys off pretty well. But troop crawlers will detect their stealth and they can usually counteract that. Alright, looks like Neo is making a little bit of a push, starting to bring some planes in against STM. Going against STM's defenses.
Nice location.
And Skippy was able to get enough money now for getting his propaganda center. As soon as he's got that up, he should be able to do improved hackers, which will also help with his resources. Infantry general's hackers are automatically stealth, which is great for being able to keep them out of immediate view and harm's way. Neo continuing to put pressure onto STM with his airplanes. Looks like he's losing a couple of those planes though on the way to the defenses. STM has probably built a few more defenses for being able to deal with the planes as they come.
Construction built to spec.
Now, as the infantry general, you also generally want to buy that gunner machine gun upgrade so that their already deadly guns can get a higher rate of speed and get spun up faster. Looks like he's building a nuke cannon for also dealing with the defenses that Pancake may be throwing his way. And building a number of missile tank hunters. Good for dealing with general armor. And just enough money for one hacker as well. And we'll see if he builds an internet center, which helps to increase the speed at which hackers are able to both gain veterancy and therefore their money. And so Neo as the laser general. He's got his laser turret up there, and the nuke cannon will go up there in order to help with taking out some of the defenses that have been dealing some great damage over to Neo's forces, especially his planes. Here comes another airplane from Neo. We'll see. He was able to take out that defense and didn't lose his plane, which is great. And Skippy with a number of his barracks, continuing to build missile defenders and hackers. And now Skippy. Ooh, now we've got both STM and Skippy with nuke cannons. One shot from each are able to kill each other. Now neither of them has got the neutron shell upgrade either, so it's just pure explosives right now. The neutron shell upgrade is purchased, which comes from the nuke. Then when the nuke cannons shoot, they will obliterate the pilots from inside the vehicles, essentially acting as an area Jarman-Kell, just taking out all of the manned versions of the vehicles, and if you've got some nearby infantry, you can send those into your enemy's armor so that you can take them over, which is pretty cool. But that is an expensive upgrade. First you have to pay 5,000 for the super weapon, and then you have to pay the additional cost for the neutron shells. Looks like, see if both STM and Skippy are infantry generals. And unfortunately, the tank hunters went right after the nuke cannons. Nuke cannons can be kind of slow in retargeting themselves, so anything that if they don't have anything around them to protect them, they can be easily chomped down on by more nimble forces.
We have discovered an enemy Black Lotus.
Ready for order. Understood.
And that looks like STM was coming in with the Black Lotus from the far left. And it got seen by the Gatling cannon. We'll see if,
Unit lost.
oh man, and here comes some toxin troopers inside the bunker, and those bunkers have so many hit points, and the toxin troops inside now able to reach out and get them, but the missile defenders got plenty of range.
Unit lost.
A few of them still in the range of the different defenses, but going after those tanks, the toxin trawlers and the marauders, and that looks like they're able to finally take out the defenses that were going against them. And now we can see also the defenses that STM set up. So he's got 2 Gatling cannons, a bunker, and a couple of nuke cannons. And Skippy is bringing in some mines in for being able to go against the armor that goes over and be successful in laying those down. Any nuke cannons that runs those over should be pretty well damaged, if not entirely destroyed. Also looks like in the center there that Pancake is doing some assistance for STM to help block off some of Neo's attacks. And Skippy starting to pump out some more minigunners and tank destroyers, or tank hunters. And I guess that supply stash has gotten depleted now, so we are just on secondary economy now. pcap is pushed well into Corey's side of the map there on the far right. A decent line of defenses over there. And Skippy also starting to do secondary economy with his hackers going on. Skippy doesn't have that much of an economy yet for being able to do mines around all of his buildings, but he is working on developing that monetary income so that he can do some more defenses.
Warning. A particle cannon has been activated.
And it looks like our first particle cannon has been developed for CoreDawg, although pcap has got a Scud Storm ready in 2.5 minutes, so combination of some additional forces plus the Scud Storm should be able to take out a particle cannon. And now it looks like Pancake pushing forward with quad cannons and Scud launchers. The quad cannon should be able to take out a lot of the men. They've got the nationalism upgrade, but the quad cannons are very effective at taking over the infantry, so they were able to clean them out very fast. Gatling cannons should be able to fend off a few of the Scuds from the Scud launchers, but some of them are going to get through. Skippy looking over at that oil derrick that is still unclaimed. Thinking about sending a man over to it. And we're also seeing that along with the Scud launcher that Pancake has got a rocket buggy, again outranging the Gatling cannon. And if Skippy doesn't respond with something soon, yep, it is gone. Now Skippy's got an Inferno cannon, and he's starting to also build some tank hunters. And here comes a line of quad cannons, and that rocket buggy is going to take out the Inferno cannon. And now a single man, he'll be dead instantly from 4 quad cannons. And now we just have the next Gatling cannon to stand against all those troops. And since he's got the long range items, they should be able to take out that quad cannon without too much difficulty. Even doing some damage on the mines that are over there. Skippy's continuing to think about how he's going to get a man over there in order to take over the oil derrick, but he's got to really deal with this incoming force that's throwing um, armor at him. It looks like he was able to get some mines, though, onto those invading forces, and as soon as they moved... If you lay mines onto stationary forces, they don't immediately
One of our buildings is being captured.
get destroyed, but as soon as they move and touch any of those mines, they'll be destroyed. And that looks like STM was able to get his Super Lotus into Skippy's base and take out his propaganda center and sell it. So Skippy's got to find a way to detect that Black Lotus as soon as he can, because otherwise she's just going to instantly take out the most of his buildings. Black Lotus, upgraded Super Lotus, should be able to capture buildings in about 5 seconds or so. And let's see where the next one is. There it is at the supply center. So now he's got to get something for detecting stealth over there. He's building a quad cannon. Black Lotus could disable that construction dozer if she wanted to, but that would just give away her position again. In the meantime, he's going to try and guard the area surrounding his command center. So long as she's not in the immediate area, that Gatling cannon, after it gets activated, though, she should be able to still do a good amount of damage.
Let's build.
Oh, Skippy needs to get those hackers activated and start producing some more money. And the other thing about heroic units is that they can't be crushed with armor, so you can't just send a vehicle over and squish them like you can with normal infantry. So you've got to have something that detects the stealth and will be able to take out infantry. Well, there we see the Super Lotus over in the corner. She's trying to stay out of the way, but she is still detectable. So minigunner should be able to go over there. Looks like the I think that's too far of a range for detecting stealth for the Gatling cannon, so I bet that it was a satellite upgrade from one of the other players that allowed Skippy to be able to see where the Black Lotus was and then send over infantrymen for seeing it. And it looks like pcap lost his Scudstorm, but Neo was able to build a particle cannon as well. And now STM has got himself a nuke cannon. Or, excuse me, a nuke silo. Skippy also built a troop trawler, which would be effective at detecting further incursions from a Super Lotus. Detect stealth, and the men inside can easily deal with infantry. If a troop crawler gets destroyed, the units inside will lose half their health, which can be pretty hurtful, but it's a good place for being able to get men across the map quickly and detecting stealth units. Very good for things like heroic units as well as pathfinders, which are the typical bane of an infantry general's existence. There's Skippy getting the upgrade for the Gatling weapons. And that, I believe, doubles the rate of speed at which Gatling weapons increase their speed. So when you first have Gatling weapons engage with the target, they start out at a slow rate of speed and damage. And then the more that they're able to concentrate on a target, they're able to rapidly spin up and then cause more acceleration in their damage. And then if they can switch to another target, they usually maintain a good rate of that fire.
Chain gun upgrade is complete.
Alright, Skippy's got the chain gun upgrade, and focusing more on the secondary economy, starting to get some more hackers out.
Ready for link up. Their vehicles are vulnerable. internet dry.
Both teams on a pretty good stalemate right now. Nobody's making any significant incursions. Oh, I spoke too soon. I see pcap making a large push into Corey's base. Pancake has got some forces as well as STM for helping out Corey over there, but pcap has got a lot of units over there on the far right base. He is making a push into Corey's base, and we'll see how he's able to fare against the defenses that are set up between all three people on the far right side of the board.
Warning, a particle cannon has been activated.
And our particle cannon from Corey has been sent. Don't know where that landed. Corey coming with an army of his own going after pcap, and it looks like pcap's incursion force has been getting wiped out pretty well. Although Pancake's forces, I don't see. Yeah, there's a few more pinks, but all of pcap's forces are gone at this point. He's going to have to build another force before he can make another attack into Corey's base. Neo with more planes going towards STMs, but it also looks like Neo has dropped some infantry into the middle between Pancake and STM's base, and they're slowly making their way actually towards Pancake's base and trying to make some progress over there. Skippy building a few long-range nuke cannons, and he'll probably use those for going after some of Pancake's defenses and trying to stay out of long-range reach of those counter defenses that are on Pancake's side. And now it looks like Neo with his particle cannon sending it over onto the opposite team side. Neo's infantry forces into STM and Pancake's base got taken out, but only for a little bit. I'm sure he'll make another attempt to go after one of their two bases here pretty soon. Skippy continuing to work on his secondary economy, building more hackers.
We will live in prosperity. It will look real nice when it's done.
pcap has got another large force of units that are over on the far right hand side of the map, starting to make another push into Corey's base. Skippy is starting to build looks like a propaganda tower for improving his health of the defenses over there. And Neo comes in with a couple of Auroras to take out the units that are over there, as well as Skippy dropping in some mines for going after that area and blocking off more of the spot. And then Neo dropping some Auroras, going after barracks, and Skippy looking for a location to drop his artillery. They must be coordinating the area there and trying to go after STM central defenses. Skippy continuing to build his ground forces. He's got 3 troop crawlers and 2 nuke cannons. That should be enough for being able to start something against those defenses that Pancake's got over there. And pcap dropped some forces into the center of Pancake's base, so he's starting to trying to do some damage over there, maybe capturing some buildings or at least causing some damage. Skippy continuing with his secondary economy now. And pcap's forces are just spread all over the place, traveling all over, seeing if he can get some buildings. Neo and pcap using their satellite capabilities for seeing large areas of the map for where they want to drop in. And it looks like CoreDawg has got his particle uplink cannon and has had that available for a while. So we may see a particle uplink drop here in a little bit. But pcap using his rangers or his drop-in forces in Pancake space to good effect. Looks like he lost a couple of them though. And now Skippy coming in with some general capabilities, and that'll be succeeded by a ground force. Usually a good idea to send in your general's abilities to soften up a target prior to sending in your forces. They're not expecting the general's forces, the units or defenses are going to be pretty still, but you can take out a good amount of their hit points and then follow it up with your land forces. Alright, so he's been able to take out one stinger site down to its GLA hole, and now he's got to deal with the increased toxin coming out from Dr. Thrax's tunnel network. There goes one toxin crawler, and a second one, and they're just getting eaten alive. But he's got to finish off this last tunnel turret and bring in the nuke cannons.
A nuclear missile has been launched.
If Skippy could have been just a little bit more patient, he could have waited outside the range of those tunnel defense networks and lobbed over a couple of shells from his nuke cannons, and that should have taken out those defenses pretty quickly and without anything else to do.
Unit lost.
And now these Marauder tanks coming in to try and squish the infantry that Skippy's bringing forward, but combination of minigunners and tank hunters able to take those guys out. So now Skippy's got to deal with the follow-on forces that Pancake is sending his way, while Pancake is trying to move his nuke cannons up to the north. Skippy needs to keep looking at that force because there's a number of pink dots that are surrounding it. And can't quite see what those counter forces are doing to Skippy's guys. Looks like, though, they were able to take care of themselves pretty well, and he's moving his forces further north. Now, it looks like there's a worker there, so that was the only thing that was in the way. And we've got a tunnel network, as well as Pancake bringing in some more quad cannons. So then we've got the nuke cannon that's going to be going after the quad cannon, and the minigunners are able to take out the single quad cannon pretty easily. But there is an arms dealer over there that needs to be taken care of, and so Skippy's going to have to bring over some men. He sends the nuke cannon to initially first take out that quad cannon, and then Skippy's going to either capture it or destroy it. Sounds like he's shooting it, so he's going to destroy it here pretty soon.
Unit lost.
And Skippy takes out the one worker that's also in the surrounding area. So looks like Pancake has got 2 quad cannons, while 5 infantry are going after the arms dealer.
Unit lost.
Pancake has been able to eliminate most of the forces there. Now there's only 3. And Skippy is going to lose this nuke cannon to a number of tank hunters, or missile defenders. And finally takes out that arms dealer, as well as is going to be able to take out the hull there. Those nuke cannons should have been pretty effective at taking out the arms dealer as well, but regardless, the infantry were able to finish it up. Now, looks like Pancake has got some more forces, pcap has got some more forces inside of Pancake's base. Those troops have dropped into the back right of Pancake's location, and we'll see how much damage or capturing they're able to do. Skippy has made a solid push into Pancake's southern border, and should be able to push further on. There were those 4 main defenses, tunnel networks, and stingers that were the main thing that were holding him back, and there shouldn't be too much else. It's not normal to have a second layer of defending buildings in the way, so as long as you can have something that
Unit lost.
such as this. So nuke cannon, excellent, is able to take out 4 of those quad cannons. Let's see if he can do it again and target these rebels as well as quad cannons. Going to send in some mines. But look, unless those quad cannons push up forward, nuke cannons will be able to take them. There they go. So they go inside the range of the nuke cannon, and that nuke cannon is going to die.
Unit lost.
And CoreDawg has got some extra supporting forces for Pancake on the far left of Pancake's base. And now we've got a mix of CoreDawg and STM on the far right that are going up against a small force from pcap, making another incursion onto the far right side of the map. And Neo has got a good-sized army that's massing on his side of the river, and looking like he's going to make a push into the center of the map into STM's base. So this is looking pretty good for the south side's team. Skippy continuing to build infantry of minigunner and tank hunter variety. And there goes Neo. We see that he's making a push into the center of the map, going after STM. We should be seeing those green and pink forces getting picked off pretty easily. It looks like Neo is just pausing for a moment. And yep, there the green is gone. Going for the pink. Pink is gone. And now Neo is just pushing forward into STM's base. Doesn't look like there should be much to stop him. Skippy continuing to amass ground forces. I count 8 troop crawlers as well as a horde of tank hunters. And Neo continues to cause damage in green side of the base. Neo also bringing in some airplanes for going after general defenses and buildings. Also looks like Neo has started to expand into Skippy's base. He's got a small little force that's on the east side of Skippy's base, as well as the southwest corner. Skippy needs to push his forces into Pancake's base if he wants to catch any of this action, as pcap and Neo continue to push into the north side of the map.
I like the big targets.
Neo continuing to go with that large force into STM's base. Corey now coming with a few units for helping out. Looks like he's got some planes that are trying to bomb those units out of the way. And now we've got sounds like a sneak attack inside one of the bases. I can't see the color on the mini map right now.
Tank hunter here. Enemy tanks out there carrying the big gun. Yes, General.
The Neo still keeping most of his forces alive. He's going after the center of STM's base, and for how long those forces have been alive, they should have been able to do a good amount of damage on what is there and what's left. All right, and it still sounds like we've got a particle cannon from Neo that was brought in for going after a number of bases, and looks like a counter incursion force of rebels is probably in the area, but being finished off by Gatling cannons. Neo's forces dwindling to close to nothing up there in STM's bases, but he was there for a long time, so I'm sure he did a good amount of damage. At the very least, cleared out the defending forces. And now looks like Skippy bringing in his forces for the north side of the map. He'll bring in some artillery to go after angry mobs. Angry mobs, especially armed with AK-47, surprisingly effective at taking out armor. And Skippy thinking about making some hackers, but thinks better of it. He's got $13,000, so should be able to afford a good amount, and so he's going to build more infantry now. pcap looks like he's got 2 forces now coming in on either side of the bridge of his north side of his base. He's going to be going around on either side in the semi-pincher movement up towards Corey's base. We don't often see occurrences of diversions in this game, which might be kind of interesting. You send a small force in to draw the main fleet of armies away from a large opening in a base, but you send the other side of your forces in on the other side after the diversion has occurred. Happens occasionally in competitive games, but not seen too often. Hard to micro that two different forces into the proper position. Now we got Skippy bring his forces up. He was able to fend off a counterattack from some quad cannons and also drop some mines in the area. And now these troop crawlers and infantry should be able to take out the black markets that are in the area. And purchasing some more artillery, carpet bombs, and EMPs. Those mines that he laid, though, pretty effective at taking out the angry mobs. And now he's going to drop a carpet bomb on top of a couple of buildings, as well as an EMP onto a whole bunch of armor and marauder tanks that are over there. Benefit of the radar vans, they have the unique ability of showing where enemy forces are concentrating their fire. And so you see these orange lines popping up as the counter forces are getting directed for where they're supposed to send their fire. Kind of useful. Now we have a whole bunch of units that have been disabled by EMPs and taking out those marauders. And now he's able to take out the airport, which just got built, and going after a number of defenses. Should be able to take out the command center. GLA is so tough to completely cripple. Looks like the North is starting to surrender. Normally, you can take out a command center, which is the only building for China and the US that can build dozers and therefore construct more buildings. But with GLA, they have both command centers and supply centers that use the identical worker for being able to build stuff. And it looks like Pancake has been defeated. He has surrendered. So, congratulations to Skippy, Neo, and pcap on your victory on this map. And let's look at the numbers. So Neo with the most amount of resources, pcap with the second most, STM came in next with 200, and then CoreDawg with also close to 200, Skippy at 160, and Pancake at 130. For number of units, most number of units looks like about 250 for pcap, followed by STM with just over 200, and units lost went to STM at 253. Units destroyed, 209 for STM, and buildings constructed went to Neo at 52, and buildings lost 37 for STM. STM took a lot of damage in this game before surrendering. And then buildings destroyed, Joe with that large push into the center of the map really took out the rest of did the hollowing out of STM's base. And I think that once he fell, the other two pretty much surrendered. So, congratulations to the South team. And as the final banner says, thanks for watching.